Very good evening and welcome, friends. The fact that you're watching News Sunday shows how seriously you take what's happening in the country and around you. So let's try to make it an engaging prime time. Opposition India Alliance had a show of its strength in the national capital today. You would not have missed the irony that the rally was triggered by the arrest of Chief Minister of Delhi, Arvind Kejriwal, who cut his teeth into politics at the same Ram Leela Maidan more than a decade ago by targeting the Congress corruption den. Today, the Gandhis shared space with wife of Arvind Kejriwal as also that of Hemant Soren at the same place. Is corruption a non-issue then? Or corruption the binding glue, one might ask? Also, this past week we have seen desertions picking up pace. Leaders party hopping as if ideology does not matter or has become irrelevant. Let's try to decipher that. Are desertions indicative of a restless society only concerned about winning, not ideology? Since most are in favor of the BJP, is 2024 going to herald the era of winner takes all in Indian politics? That's also an important question. More importantly, what would the BJP do with this ideological mismatch or hodgepodge post-elections? Questions galore that we discuss tonight. The debate is, who stands where for 2024 elections? How do the voters decide? But let me get you the headlines first.
तीसरी बार 4 जून
Prime Minister Modi sounds the poll bugle in Uttar Pradesh, reiterates "Ab ki baar 400 par" slogan.
बड़े भ्रष्टाचारी आज सलाखों के पीछे हैं। सुप्रीम कोर्ट तक जमानत नहीं मिल रही है।
PM delivers a strong message against corruption, says corrupt will be behind bars, will not get SC relief. The PM reignites the Kachativu Island controversy, slams Congress comment for ceding the island to Sri Lanka. The Congress retaliates, questions the timing. At Indy Block rally, Rahul Gandhi accuses BJP of match fixing and arresting leaders ahead of Lok Sabha polls. BJP takes a dig at Indy Block, says protest is not save democracy but hide corruption rally. President Draupadi Murmu confers the Bharat Ratna to L.K. Advani at his residence in presence of Prime Minister Modi. All right, the Lok Sabha election is just around the corner. The parties are ramping up their poll preparations, and one of the most notable part of the lead up to polls is the massive number of turncoat politicians who have come out recently. Although this could prove to be a big boost for parties ahead of polls in their respective territories, it is sure to some amount of upheaval in the organizational structures. The voters, on the other hand, could be left wondering who stands where. Take a look at this report, and then I come back with a panel of guests to discuss.
Only 20 days to go for the mega Lok Sabha polls. And both the NDA and the India are rallying hard to achieve their own goals. Against the backdrop of shifting alliances and strategic maneuvers, the NDA is attempting to secure a historic mandate of 400 par. The list of leaders jumping ship includes former BJP leader Mehtab, former Congress leader Praneeth Kaur, Punjab AAP MLA Kumar Rinku and actor Govinda among others. Leading the list is former MP Naveen Jindal, who switched to the Saffron Party, marking a significant boost in Himachal.
मेरे जीवन का एक बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण दिन है और मुझे बहुत गर्व है कि आज मुझे ये सौभाग्य प्राप्त हुआ है कि मैं भारतीय जनता पार्टी में जुड़कर और माननीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में मैं मिलजुल करके देश के प्रति मैं अपना योगदान मैं दे सकूं।
The influx of various leaders raises key questions on the structural disruption and whether there is an ideological dissonance in the BJP. Meanwhile, in Maharashtra, the Uddhav-led Shiv Sena and the Sharad Pawar-led NCP announced candidates unilaterally. On the other side, the India Alliance held a massive rally at Ramlila Maidan against Kejriwal's arrest, with top opposition leaders addressing the gathering. However, some big faces including CMs MK Stalin and Mamata Banerjee were missing from the event. Even during the rally, there were signs of rift in the India Alliance. Ahead of Karge and Rahul Gandhi's appearance, Kejriwal's poster at the podium was removed. Despite these developments, the big question tonight, with defections galore, what's the ideological push this election? How do voters determine who stands where in 2024? Let's debate.
All right, let's debate. And joining me in the conversation, Sardar R.P. Singh, spokesperson of the BJP. He's joining us live from Delhi. Pulla Rao, political analyst, leans towards the DMK, joining us live from Chennai. Deepak Ranjan, spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. He's also live with us from Delhi. George Kurian, political analyst, leans towards the Congress Party for the Congress View, live from Delhi. We also have Anirban Banerjee, political analyst, leans towards the Trinamool Congress. Mamata Didi absenting herself from the Indy rally today. And Piyush Joshi, political analyst, leans towards the Aam Aadmi Party. A lot of questions for you to answer, Piyush Joshi, today. But I want to begin and set the debate with Rajat Sethi. He's joining us live from Delhi. He's political analyst, leans towards the BJP, has been advisor to a couple of BJP governments in the Northeast. Rajat, the question is, since most of those quitting their parties and moving to another seem to be moving to the BJP, for example, and the BJP has been giving tickets to them. For example, in Haryana, of the 10 Lok Sabha seats, 4 candidates of the BJP are crossovers from the Congress Party. So, I mean, how would the voters really determine where the person stands? Is it an omnibus where the party and the symbol stands for everything? Or is there scope for confusion? I'm basically discussing what this means for the electorate and also what this means for the political parties. Because remember, when these people come in, someone like a Sushil Rinku or a Ravneet Singh Bittu, if they have hopped on from Congress to the BJP and they've given tickets, then what happens to the party structure and the organization in these respective constituencies?
Abhishek ji, there is a pragmatic angle to politics, and there is an ideological or a moral angle to politics as well. Quite frankly speaking, most of these decisions appear from a realpolitik standpoint. If you look at what has happened in Maharashtra, not that the opposition benches can claim morality on that, because Uddhav Thackeray got votes primarily based on Modi's face back in 2019. But he still hopped, and nobody had a moral question then. Thereafter, what we have seen that Fadnavis and the BJP in Maharashtra required the help not just of Shinde, but also part of the NCP had to come in to sort of cover the ground within Maharashtra. It has certainly been a weaker BJP now compared to 4 or 5 years back. But these are pragmatic things, and I think ideology takes a backseat. More than that, I think what we are seeing in this election continues to be in the third time be a referendum on Prime Minister Modi alone. He's on the ticket, it seems, across the length and breadth of the country. And everybody else, people who are contesting are largely vehicles before the electorate to either elect Prime Minister Modi or those who are not on that to reject Modi. So that's where the political choice before the electorate is.
Okay, that sets the debate really. A good opening. Thank you so much for that, Rajat Sethi. But before I get everyone, all or let me just actually open the debate rather than go to RP Singh and ask what's really happening of the organization structure. We can discuss that during the conversation. So, do you agree, Pulla Rao, view from the South, that since this is a referendum on Prime Minister Narendra Modi, it does not matter where the person is coming from, the candidate is coming from. And hence, it does not, people can move from one party to another, party hop, but essentially this is about Prime Minister Modi's third term, and so it's okay.
This is applicable only in
or
those
not
states
okay
where
according to you?
BJP is already in the government. The BJP is already in the government. This applies. But in the places where the BJP is not in the government, it doesn't matter. One coming, one going, there'll be some growth of BJP, no doubt, in Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, but it's not going to make an impact. You need local leadership, you need local base. It is not there yet, it's not yet developed. There'll be endless arguments. We have grown. You might have grown, but you have not crossed that plimsoll line or that critical mass line. So therefore, there is an end of ideology in North Indian states, or maybe Eastern India, or maybe in Western India, but not in South India. There's, ideology still
Not
matters.
in South?
Personality.
Not in South?
Not in South, because, where is the leaders? Except Karnataka, where the BJP is established for the last 30 years. In the rest of the place, it is just a work in progress. They wasted 10 years of time. The BJP in the South, they have not grown. Yes, I agree, they have grown in East India, but they have not grown here. So ideology still is holding on in some places. In Kerala, there is a left ideology and there is the Congress ideology. Tamil Nadu, you know well, it is there. In Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, Tamil Nadu, the Dravidian ideology is still going on. We have to see how the MK performs this time. You can't anticipate, the BJP, you can't anticipate how it's going to perform when on the ground level. Yes, there has been some improvement. Our eyes and ears don't lie, but it is not enough. Therefore, your question, ideology doesn't matter in North India, East India, West India, where the BJP already has governments. Governments are able to subsume all ideology and personalities. Uttar Pradesh, for example, Bihar, Assam, you have governments there, Haryana. It doesn't matter, they'll carry on. But where there are no governments, people have to vote for something else. And where the BJP is not strong enough, it doesn't matter. Who comes, who goes. The BJP's growth has been slow in the South and some states.
Really?
And that is a fact.
You say ideology does not matter in South, but this is a report just about a week or 10 days back. Pulla Rao.
It matters in the South, not in the North.
No, it does not. You see, so for example, DMK, of which you are a sympathizer, it follows atheist politics, and very proudly so.
Not really, Abhishek.
The DMK is organizing the Lord Murugan Fest, right? It's going to organize a Lord Murugan Fest and an international conference soon. So, while it practices some kind of politics where they can abuse Sanatan for reasons electoral, it is willing to hold the Lord Murugan Fest, right?
Yes. Things have, what held in 1947 doesn't hold in 2024. Things change, things evolve. And as I said, ideology doesn't matter in North India because you already have BJP governments, or BJP is a strong opposition party like in Jharkhand and other places. But in the South, there is no BJP government.
North-South divide, Abhishek, I'm sorry I'm coming in, but this North-South equation needs to be stopped. This is deliberately creating...
Let me finish. I heard you very nicely. Mr. Rajat. Be patient.
South India is...
Okay, quick rebuttal from Pulla Rao before I go to RP Singh on whether this is about BJP strongholds only. Okay.
Only strongholds. Ideology doesn't matter where there is
beat Karnataka,
Ask him.
beat Telangana, beat Tamil Nadu. They want to deliberately cultivate this fault line. I'm making a sharp accusation, sir. What are you trying to imply here? For the past 5 minutes, I'm non-stop listening to your nonsense.
Rajat.
There is this
Come on. You talk back in the kindergarten.
That shows your shallow mindset. All respect to
No, don't go there. You're not qualified to go there.
No, Pulla Rao, you did try to bring in that North-South divide angle. Pulla Rao, you did try to bring in that North-South divide angle. And I sort of...
From Tamil Nadu alone?
No, where is the government in the
Do
south?
not create
Where
fault
is
lines
the
where
government?
none exists.
Where is the government? Where is the government in the south? Where is it?
Rajat,
Sir,
Where are you
do
coming to
not
power?
talk shallow
Rajat,
politics on a national
Rajat,
television. This
Rajat.
script of
I know
yours,
that. You
this
look at the
script of
map.
yours to
Okay,
seize
Look at
Rajat.
north
the
and
map
south through
behind you.
two different
Don't
lenses
give
is
in to
a
the
boring
provocation,
script.
Rajat.
Nobody falls to it.
No.
There's no government in the south.
Okay,
Unless
don't
you
give in
stop
to the
reading
provocation,
newspapers.
Rajat. Pulla, you said South still sticks to ideology. I gave you a specific example. I gave you a specific example how flexibility with ideology is being practiced by the DMK also. But RP Singh, the important point or other point that, or the provocative point that Pulla Rao made about politics becoming ideology neutral only where the BJP is strong. In North, in West, but not in South because the BJP is not strong there. Your take on that as BJP's
I'd love to
spokesperson.
hear it. I'd like to hear it.
Well, problem with people like Pulla Rao is that they have only seen dynasties, they have seen people, individuals who lead the party, and then the ideology and the party and the everything is individual or the family which matters, not the core ideology, not the core ethos of the party which matters to them. So for them, for example, DMK, then now is Stalin, then next will be his son, and before that it was Karunanidhi. So that's how the system functions for Mr. Pulla Rao. For them, ideology is nowhere. I mean, but we have been there in the south also. We have struggled in Kerala. Our leaders have been killed in Kerala. Our leaders have been butchered in Kerala, and leaders stood by the ideology, and that's why they have been killed. And it's not one or two. In hundreds, our leaders have been killed in Kerala, and so in other southern states. But we stood by our ideology. And he says that where are we in South? For your information, we are much better than. Give me a second. We are much better than Congress in South, and also we performed well in Telangana this time, and then we performed quite well in Karnataka also, although we lost elections, but we have been in and out in the government in Karnataka also. But when party expands, we get leaders from other parties, we get leaders from other states also in the party, but the core ideology stays. I mean, that individual doesn't hamper the ideology of the party. And it's not that it's the individual who's driving the ideology. For example, 370 was on our agenda. We ensured that 370 should be removed. And if Ram Mandir was on our agenda since 1989, so we ensured that Ram Mandir should be there. Or, for example, UCC or CAA has been our core ideological issues. We stand by our core ideological issues, and people who come and join party had to accept that ideology of the party.
Okay, fair enough. So BJP's defense is that their ideology is strong and is attracting people from all sides. In fact, RP Singh, my question is still, before I get to others, my specific question on the organizational structure, the impact of these people coming in from other parties and joining the BJP, are you already feeling the pinch, or you think that it will happen after elections if it happens?
Well, it makes impact, but see, we have to see the broader interest of the party. And the broader interest is that we have to ensure that we broaden our horizon, we broaden our base within the society. So we get people from various states in party, and then there are local needs of the certain sections, and we have to build up leaders locally, or we get leaders from other parties, or leaders who come from other parties. They lead that certain section of society. So that's how it goes.
You're talking specific to Punjab, RP Singh, it seems.
There is something like, no, not only Punjab. I mean, I don't want to name people, but there have been people in Delhi also who came from other political parties and are now very well established leaders of BJP also. And so it has happened in Congress also. People from other parties came to Congress and they left Congress and they have joined Aam Aadmi Party. So that's how they keep shifting. Even in Punjab, for example, we have tried to get more people from other political parties also, and it's in our party that people come from other parties and are assimilated well within the ideological framework also, and they work within the ideological framework of the party, whether it's Punjab, whether it's Assam, or whether it is Tripura, or whether it's another states also. But by doing so, we expanded our base and we expanded our cadre also within these states also.
Okay. Okay, fair enough. Okay, let me go to Piyush and Dr. Piyush Joshi and then to George Kurian. Piyush Joshi, I am almost tempted for headline hunting. Is Sunita Kejriwal finally joining politics and taking over or filling in for Arvind Kejriwal?
Well, that is for Mrs. Sunita Kejriwal.
I mean, the kind of address she made. Let me just admit, because I heard her and I heard Priyanka Gandhi Vadra also, and Priyanka Gandhi Vadra with 20 years of experience, Sunita Kejriwal making her first appearance, almost there, huh?
Because wife of Mr. Hemant Soren was also there, who might be representing the family of Mr. Kejriwal, because she happens to be the closest one to Mr. Kejriwal when it comes
Everyone
to that.
was representing somebody's family there on the stage today.
Okay. So, we can keep the pun apart and we can talk about this more sincere things now. Basically, 2024 elections, what usually bothers me, because I'm for a free and fair election. So if I would have agreed that it is going to be a referendum on the Prime Minister Modi's performance, has it not been for the misuse of the agencies? Has it not been for the arrest of the top-notch leaders of the opposition? And Mr. Kejriwal arrests influences two states directly. Mr. Soren's arrest influences Jharkhand and some parts of Bihar as well. So definitely the Prime Minister has it work cut out for him, because he feels that he is not on such a strong pitch as he would have liked. And that is why he is arresting all the top leaders, and the veil of corruption, anti-corruption plank doesn't hold any ground at all, because whosoever is joining the BJP, we can go on and on and on till the cows come home, mentioning the names of all the corrupt leaders who have joined BJP and no action has been done against them. But the biggest part, for the opposition is that they have to convey a message for the public. And I don't think so far I've seen that plan. Because I'm not a spokesperson for the Aam Aadmi Party or for the India Alliance, but I am definitely a supporter of them. So what I would like to see from them, particularly originating from a stage as strong as this, which it was today, a line that these are the 5 points on which we are going to work, and the people need to know that what are your take-home points, what am I going to vote for, what are you going to do for me. So that common minimum program needs to be hammered again and again and again before the elections. Otherwise, it's going to be very tough for the opposition to perform the way they are hoping.
Okay, but also, Piyush Joshi, as I said, the trigger might have been Arvind Kejriwal's arrest for today's rally. But we reported earlier in the day that the posters of Arvind Kejriwal were removed just before the top Congress leadership came on the stage. And obviously the Congress supporters would have done that. So if Aam Aadmi Party tried to sort of turn it into a Kejriwal show in absentia or focus on Kejriwal, the Congress party was very conscious of the fact that this is not about Kejriwal. This is about the larger Indie space. So there is an element of discomfiture within the Congress about how much you can stand with Kejriwal. थोड़ा मजबूरी है, but बहुत ज़्यादा मजबूरी नहीं दिखानी है.
No, I don't think so. These are very, very small things, and I agree with you that one has to look at the larger picture than one political party. So for that particular thing, I'm totally in agreement.
Look at the picture. It's on air.
But whether
Kejriwal's poster being removed,
about Kejriwalji or not, I'm
it's on air.
Definitely sure
now,
you are
as
holding.
We speak.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't get you. You were interjecting
No, I'm
something.
saying that you said that this is not the case, but see, Arvind Kejriwal's posters are being removed. It's on the screen. We have put the pictures
but you can see,
on
you,
air
you can
as
very well
we
see on
speak.
the
So
LED screen, right?
it actually happened that the Congress party leadership was perhaps a little uncomfortable with the idea of making it very Kejriwal-centric rally.
Absolutely not. But you know, because you are organizing a rally in Delhi, and who's the biggest leader of Delhi? That is Mr. Arvind Kejriwal. And you can see the poster of Mr. Kejriwal on the LED screens, you know, in the backdrop. So I don't think that it carries much weightage, because India Alliance is definitely together. You are putting their top-notch leaders behind bars under false pretenses, under the garb of a law which has been broken and twisted and tweaked by the BJP in 2023. So definitely this is an important rally. But as a supporter, I would like to see something more originating from that state that I mentioned. I would like the take-home messages to be delivered very, very strongly from these stages, so that the voter actually knows we are talking about all these things. Yes, there is a threat to the Constitution of India. Yes, there is a threat to the opposition. But what are you going to bring to my table? Because this is what the voter is actually interested in. You started by talking about ideology. We are living in an era of professional politicians. So all these politicians who are jumping ships are usually professional. Their primary bread earner is politics when it comes to the survival of them. So they will shift because they are professionals. So that will require an entirely different reform. That politicians should not be professional. Their profession should be something different, and politics should be the means to serve the country. That is not happening. So unless and until that happens, these jumping ships will keep on happening.
Okay, George Kurian, did you hear Piyush Joshi? He just said that Arvind Kejriwal is the biggest leader of Delhi. You agree? Do you agree with that, George Kurian?
Well, Abhishek, good evening to you, to my co-panelists on the show, and to your audience. Let me begin by saying that no leader is bigger than any political party, and we are all working
Rahul
towards
Gandhi.
a progressive,
No leader is bigger than Rahul Gandhi.
And with a positive approach, unlike Prime Minister Modi, who just started his election campaign out of Meerut, blaming the Congress again as usual. So this is something that the voters wouldn't appreciate. I strongly believe that the voters want to hear Prime Minister speak about the 10 years of development that, if at all, BJP has done for the people of this country at large. We all know that we have gone through a lot of misrule and misgovernance in the Modi's 10 years of rule at center.
So why is it most of the Congress leaders are quitting the Congress, quitting the party and joining the BJP? And it's not just those people who are in the thick of politics. You know, the likes of K. Karunakaran's daughter, the likes of Shivraj Patil's daughter-in-law. It almost seems like everyone believes that this is the time for BJP, this is the time for Prime Minister Modi, and so nobody wants to be seen with wherever they are. I mean, it's almost like a tide, right? Anirban, let me take this to you. Mamata Didi was absent from India Alliance rally today. If you could throw some light on that, plus the question I asked. Rajat in the opening comment said that this is a referendum on Prime Minister Modi, and this kind of feedback coming in from the ground, Anirban, where everyone and anyone associated with politics, directly, indirectly, remotely, very closely, they seem to be thinking that this is clearly about Narendra Modi. So let's just join in.
Yes, for a change, I actually agree with Rajat on that this 24 election is indeed a referendum on what Mr. Modi has done or he hasn't done in the last 5 or 10 years. And we have seen that what he has actually done is something that a Prime Minister or a government should not have done, and what he hasn't done is something that the government should have done. Therefore, indeed, this is a referendum on Mr. Modi's deeds or political misdeeds maybe. We have seen that the use or misuse of the agencies, as one of the panelists before was stating, is at its height. 2 elected chief ministers has been arrested. They have been arrested on grounds that are not very legally cogent as per my own opinion. We have seen most of the opposition political leaders being hunted and hunted down by the opposition, by the agencies. And if any of them jumps ship to the BJP, the investigation suddenly stops, it comes to a halt, and in some cases it's just wound up by the CBI or the ED. We have seen in the case of Praful Patel and others. Therefore, this referendum regarding Mr. Modi's deeds or misdeeds, I feel is going to backfire, because you take away Mr. Modi from the equation of the RSS BJP, and the BJP alone would struggle to cross 100 seats. That is very sure, because Mr. Modi, whenever it comes to the parliamentary elections, is indeed a big vote puller. There is nothing to deny that. But whenever it comes to state elections, he does not have that same gravity, that same pull. We have seen that in Delhi, we have seen that in West Bengal, in other states as well. But in this case, the way the opposition is being hunted and hunted down, whether it's the IT notice to the Congress, the CPIM, the continuous raids by the ED and the CBI on the TMC, most of the leaders, they are being harassed in such a manner so that they cannot continue their election campaign in a proper manner. And until and unless they submit to the BJP's wish, they are being hunted in the same way for years for months after months, for years now. It's after 21 elections especially, this has gone on a rise.
RP Singh, would you want to respond to that? RP Singh, before I go to the Samajwadi Party spokesperson, RP Singh, would you want to respond to what Anirban said? He has made some specific charges against the BJP and the government.
Well, Anirban, when the fight is against corruption, whoever it is, whether it is the Veena Vijayan from Kerala, or whether it is Partha from Bengal, or whether it is Mr. Kejriwal from Delhi, or whether it is Mr. Farooq Abdullah from Jammu Kashmir, so or whether it is Lalu Yadav, Tejasvi Yadav from Bihar. So whoever are involved in corruption, I mean, cases will be pursued as per law. I mean, you can keep giving them whatever narrative you want to give. You can keep churning your narratives. The fact is, people also understand that yes, Prime Minister Modi is clear on one thing, that is that he is fighting against corruption, and he ensures that this fight against corruption keep going. But as for your concerns of your opposition, I mean, I'm shocked that you are not given a single seat to the Congress party in the state, and still you are saying that you are part of the India alliance. What sort of alliance? And probably, if I rightly know, you are going to fight against each other in the state, and then your state leaders say
absented herself from the India alliance. Is the story over? Is the alliance over in her mind also? Completely. Yes. Not just Congress, the alliance is over.
I'll answer that. I'll answer that. The Trinamool Congress representatives were present at the rally. Madam Mamata Banerjee had a prefix program in Krishnanagar today. And similarly, I heard that Mr. Stalin, the Tamil Nadu Prime Minister, he was also absent. But the DMK representative was there. Therefore, nobody from the opposition had skipped this particular... Sorry?
You mentioned Tamil Nadu Prime Minister, I just corrected. Yeah. Chief Minister. Though he would want to be Prime Minister.
Chief Minister, Tamil Nadu... Tamil Nadu Chief Minister, I didn't say Prime Minister. Anyway, nobody from the opposition skipped this meet. All the parties of the India Alliance were present, some of the representatives or the top leaders. It doesn't matter that whether Mamata Banerjee was herself not present or not. The representatives were there. So was from the DMK. The alliance meeting was a success. Mark my words, Mr. Modi is afraid of the India Alliance. Had he been very confident about his own work, he wouldn't have set the agencies out to hunt the opposition leaders. However powerful, however big you might think you are not bigger than the people, you are not bigger than the dissent that is always there against the government.
You are repeating. Okay, RP Singh has already rebutted you on that.
This actually bears repetition because, as Mr. RP Singh said, that regarding fighting corruption,
I'll come back to that.
What about Ajit Pawar, sir?
Abhishek, how can we forget
those
300 plus
I'll come back to that. I'll come back to that.
Also, how can we forget Mr. Partha's residence?
I will come back to that. I will come back to that. But Deepak Ranjanji, look at who all were there on the stage. I'm going through a tweet by Zubin Ashra. he identifies himself as state media co-head of BJP. So he's someone associated with the BJP. Now, who was on stage? Wife of Rajiv Gandhi, wife of Arvind Kejriwal, wife of Hemant Soren, son of Rajiv Gandhi, son of Lalu Yadav, son of Mulayam Singh Yadav, son of Bala Saheb Thackeray, son of Uddhav Thackeray, daughter of Sharad Pawar, son of Sheikh Abdullah, son of Farooq Abdullah, daughter of Mufti Muhammad Saeed, son of Kamal Nath, son of Ashok Gehlot. I mean, then you would say that no, this is not a family affair.
Abhishek, first of all, I want to say that I am from Lucknow, not from Delhi. See, from where I am seeing, today I hope your whole jo hai, yeah, I am from Lucknow. See, Abhishek, from where I am seeing, your channel would have covered the today's rally, and you would have seen that whole India bloc were intact together. We stand there, we join there to request the great people of India just to come with us to save constitution, just to save democracy, and just to save our country. We joined there just for that. And you would have asked today's Meerut rally, there Jain Chaudhary, son of Ajit Singh ji, grandson of Chaudhary Charan Singh ji, you have asked them also. In BJP also, there are so many Parivarwad. Rajnath Singh ji, son is MLA, he is Raksha Mantri. There are so many, there are Parivarwad in BJP. So you would have asked them also. Today, we are joined there just to save democracy, because in this ruling government of NDA, there is no mother of democracy. There is hypocrisy of democracy. What, Abhishek, we have learned about democracy.
Abhishek, I need to step in. I've been quiet for far too long. These accusations, Abhishek.
In between everyone. Why
I'll come to you, Rajat. Let him complete, I'll come to you.
We Rajat, never interrupted you. We calmly, whatever you say, we are listening to you. We are listening to you calmly. We are listening to you. What about Jain Chaudhary?
The grind of being an MLA, constantly proving without being a minister, and a grassroots person from Samajwadi Party climbs up the ladder, becomes the chief minister, becomes the party's president, and then talk about dynasty politics.
What about Anupriya Patel? What about Anupriya Patel?
This needs to be called out in no uncertain terms. Did Rajnath ji's son become a minister by the sheer virtue of him being born into the family of Rajnath Singh, unlike Akhilesh Yadav, who straight away became the chief minister without crawling his way up?
First, try to listen others. Try to listen others. Always you are interrupting to her. Why can't you interrupt to BJP spokesperson?
Let us talk about dynasty.
Yes or no? What
Look
about
Stalin.
Rajat ji? What about
Deepak Ranjan.
What about Sanjay
Rajat, hold on, let me come in. Deepak Ranjan, you know the point Rajat is making is, the point Rajat, hold on, both sides pull back. Rajat, please pull back. Deepak Ranjan, I'm just structuring it. Deepak Ranjan, what Rajat is saying is, no, okay, fine, I have stopped him. Now Deepak Ranjan, I'm asking you a question. What Rajat is saying is that you are playing with facts, or you are giving a spin. Now, Akhilesh Yadav becomes Samajwadi Party chief by the virtue of being the son of Mulayam Singh Yadav. If you have to use that corollary on Rajnath Singh, then his son would have become BJP president. That is not happening. And in fact, Rajnath Singh, when he was, Deepak listen, please. This is not Rajat, मैं बोल रहा हूँ. सुनिए ना, Rajnath Singh जब पार्टी के मुखिया थे, he denied ticket to his son, Pankaj from Noida. He said, no, when I am party president, my son will not get ticket. Unlike in the case of Samajwadi Party, where from Mainpuri, Dimple Yadav, from Azamgarh, Dharmendra Yadav, from Badaयूं, Chacha Shivpal Yadav, from Firozabad, nephew Akshay Yadav. So obviously, the issue is that when you say Parivarwad, it's a very different kind of Parivarwad or dynasty with these parties who were on the stage at the Indy protest today, Deepak Ranjan, vis-a-vis what Parivarwad you see in the BJP. Now that's something which is endemic to Indian politics. Maybe if you look at the Clintons, if you look at the Kennedys, it's there. Political families are there in other geographies also. But this is a very different kind of Parivarwad we are seeing, and that's what Rajat is indicating to. Deepak.
See, Abhishek, we don't want a chief like JP Nadda. By mistake, he went in his PM Modi's mala, and how the whole India, whole country saw that. What was his position? JP Nadda ji, Raksha Mantri ji,
RP Singh,
we don't want
Singh,
we are going to public. This is not Parivarwad. This is Parivar Sangharsh.
वो आपके पार्टी के
RP Singh
को थोपा गया है, हमारे यहाँ चुना गया पार्टी अध्यक्ष होता है।
अरे कौन सा पार्टी अध्यक्ष माला गलती से पहन ले रहा है तो उसको आप हटा दे रहे हो आरपी सिंह जी आप लोग ऐसा अध्यक्ष किसका होगा आज आपने
माला का पता नहीं आप कहाँ की कहानी बना रहे हैं परंतु हमारे पार्टी अध्यक्ष चुना जाता है और नड्डा जी हमारे पार्टी अध्यक्ष चुने गए हैं
Deepak Ranjan, Deepak Ranjan,
party president and we all know what happened to Shivaji Yadav and what happened to other Yadav.
I can pick up on those 5 seconds. Okay, pull back. RP Singh, hold on. Deepak Ranjan, I can also pick up 5 seconds of clip here and there. For example, today only, if you look at the 5 seconds, when Sunita Kejriwal comes to say hello to Sonia Gandhi, and you can actually read the face of Sonia Gandhi that, okay, fine, I am sort of tolerating you. You know, we can't nitpick these 5 seconds of clips. Even if I get that message, when you look at that brief 5-second interaction between Sunita Kejriwal and Sonia Gandhi. George Kurian, remember, Arvind Kejriwal cut his teeth into politics by abusing the Gandhis. And today, Sonia Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi, Priyanka Gandhi, Vadra had to share a stage with Sunita Kejriwal and for a rally which was ostensibly in support of Arvind Kejriwal. But I want to discuss in the last 5-7 minutes of this conversation the focus that we had when we began the conversation. Now, Piyush Joshi said, and perhaps rightly so, Anirban, you are mentioning, I'll come to you, Pulla Rao, I can see you want to say something. But let me take this to you only. Anirban said it's CB, ED, income tax, that's really guiding the BJP agenda or BJP politics. Piyush Joshi was a little more honest. He said, we have on the one side careerist politicians, professional politicians, who look where their side of the bread is buttered or where their career prospects are best. And on the other side, Pulla Rao, we also have the voter who's not interested in what the ED is doing to this specific leader or that particular leader, what the CBI is doing. They are also concerned about what they are getting. So in a way, while we are discussing whether there is some kind of ideological confusion, there seems to be a transactional relationship emerging between the electorate and the leaders. Please deliver on your promises and then move on. Pulla Rao.
I just have one thing. First, Stalin is the only leader who spent the entire emergency in jail. Remember that. Entire emergency he was in jail. No one on that stage, this stage. He cut his teeth. He suffered. Whether he's good or bad, that's another issue. He was the only leader.
So you are confirming the end of ideology. He spent the entire emergency in jail and now he is happy in a happy alliance with the Congress party, the same Congress party that brought in the emergency.
No, Abhishek, one more sentence. One sentence. I'll be very brief. Who brought the entire opposition together today? Kejriwal, Congress, anathema to each other. Mamata Banerjee, Congress, anathema. All of them. Who brought them? It's a BJP which brought all of them together. The third point, I respectfully ask Mr. R.P. Singh to remember, in Andhra Pradesh, BJP got 6 MP seats as an alliance. Even GVL wasn't given a ticket. GVL Narasimha Rao, the most prominent face of BJP. All original BJP leaders, Vishnuvardhan Reddy, former President somewhere else, all were kicked out. Newcomers were given 6 MPs. Newcomers who came in the last 24 hours. I just want to mention it. I don't want to go on a moralistic note. So ideology, what ideology is there? And people, everybody contributes. But the entire opposition came together. The BJP brought them. This is the strangest political move where you unite your enemies. I never heard of that before.
Okay, RP Singh, would you want to respond since the question is directly to you?
Well, within our party, we keep accommodating people as per their capacities and as per their caliber, and then they work within the party also. They work with as elected parliamentarians or elected MLAs also. So this our former CM in Madhya Pradesh or in Rajasthan, it keeps shuffling. The party work is designated as per the requirement in the party. So, but coming to the friend from Samajwadi Party, sir, which party are you talking about? मुलायम सिंह जी को क्या हालत की थी आपके अखिलेश यादव जी ने, और कहाँ क्या स्थिति कर दी थी मुलायम सिंह जी की रहते हुए? तो वो दिखता है कि परिवारवादी पार्टियों में कैसी स्थिति रहती है. हमारे यहाँ पार्टी में व्यक्ति चुना जाता है, मंडल से लेकर जिले से लेकर प्रदेश से लेकर फिर देश भर के चुनाव के अंदर व्यक्ति चुना जाता है. आपकी तरह नहीं कि जबरदस्ती किसी को अपने पिता को ही साइडलाइन कर फिर पार्टी पूरी तैयारी. और मुझे वो भूलता नहीं जिस प्रकार से केसरीनाथ त्रिपाठी जी को हटाया गया था पार्टी से. तो these are basically all trends of dynasties, and which used to happen in Aurangzeb regime or the Mughal regime.
Okay, you have answered. Okay, you have answered. Okay, RP Singh, but you see, let me just direct this conversation now towards the comment that was made by Piyush Joshi, which is that we have a set of politicians who are thinking of their own career. And then we have electorate which thinks that please deliver on your promises and then move on. But Piyush Joshi, my question is that if this is essentially going to be a referendum on Prime Minister Modi, it's turning out actually to be a very presidential kind of election where the opposition has just failed to counter or respond to the BJP in terms of a face, in terms of a leader, in terms of a very clear, cogent agenda. And that's getting reflected in the manner in which opposition is conducting itself from day to day in the midst of the Lok Sabha election campaign.
Well, Abhishek ji, it's not over until the fat lady sings, you know. So till the results are announced, I wouldn't like to believe that the opposition has failed. The rally of today is a testament to this, that the opposition is able to organize and mobilize mob and is able to convey its message. What I was talking about, that this message needs to be stronger, this message needs to be more firm, and this message needs to be more direct. That is what I was trying to say. So if it is going to be a referendum of Prime Minister Modi and his dictatorial form of governance, I think the opposition is well geared up. I think the opposition is united. I think the opposition wants to communicate, wants to engage with people directly, and is successful in doing so. You know, the lines are drawn. There's a very clear-cut Politburo form of democracy which the Bharatiya Janata Party wants. That Politburo possibly I'm talking about is of China and not of India. So this is what the BJP wants, that a single-party democratic system. Whosoever is in fierce opposition is going to be punished or is going to be accommodated directly or indirectly inside the BJP. This is what we are seeing evolving over last 1 year period. So this is going to be interesting times, and may the best one wins. But I think that the opposition is very well geared up, and it's going to give Prime Minister Modi and the Bharatiya Janata Party a run for its money. And 400 power is a dream, and it will remain a dream. And only in the Prime Minister's imagination he is going to go cross 400. I think somewhere BJP is going to be ending up somewhere around 150 to 220.
Well, if the BJP has the money, opposition can't give BJP the run for its money. But Rajat, would you want to respond to what Piyush
That's
said?
good one. That's good one.
But money is always opposition.
Wishes were horses, the
Let
opposition would be
Rajat
riding it.
respond.
But unfortunately, the situation, the way it is stacked for the opposition, the most important thing is that the narrative is not there. I mean, you will fight, that's fine. I mean, you ought to fight. We all want to see a good, strong opposition in this election as well. But the narrative is so distorted. There are no 4 or 5 big issues around which you're going to contest and have a viable plan. You can't be saying that, okay, I will be promising old pension scheme, along with that guarantees on legal guarantees on MSPs and 1 lakh to every woman. All of these things won't even add because they sound farcical. Give us a plan of action. This is the positive plan of action that you have before the nation, that you can actually lead this country in the vision towards 2047. If yes, you will be able to draw in more people. I think you should shut this argument or this narrative where all these people are coming together only on the plank of you arrested me, you put a case on me, whereas all these mistakes these people have been consistently doing over past several decades.
Okay.
So you won't get a leeway on that. If you've committed a mistake, you'll have to face the law. But on the contrary, how you could have changed the narrative on this election is by coming up with some positive agenda. Right now, Modi Hatao cannot be an agenda. Keep that in mind. I mean, that's an unsolicited advice that I'm giving you. But the people want to see a good opposition coming up. 20 days, you're going to have an election. You have no game, no plan of action. This is the first meeting of India Alliance, by the way. It was created in June last year. They barely met for 6 days over chai and samosa. And this is the first meeting of India Alliance where we are seeing all the leaders coming up on the stage. That too at a pretext when one leader got arrested. So this is not how politics is done. You should have been doing these rallies across the length and breadth of the country to showcase unity. But you don't have unity, sir. In Maharashtra, you're fighting between each other. And right now you're shaking hands on the stage in New Delhi. Are the Maharashtra voters foolish that they can't see this charade out there? So there is too much of confusion within this ranks of the opposition. There is no unity phase.
And sir, quick 30 seconds, I have to wrap up the debate.
I tell you, the difference between 2019 and 2024, Maharashtra, Bihar, Karnataka, Telangana, 133 MPs. You watch the space. There will be a lot of shocks here. I'm not going to comment on the entire country. Telangana, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Bihar. The election is not
quick 30 seconds to George Kurian. Before I wrap up, quick 30 seconds to George Kurian. Quick 30 seconds to George Kurian.
Advice from Rajesh Shetty is the last thing that the India bloc needs. We are confident about taking it to the people of India at large.
Thank you, sir. Please don't take my advice. You will get more votes.
He said unsolicited advice, so you are absolutely free not to take it at your own expense, and you don't have the money also, as Congress party says. But I have run out of time. Thank you so much, friends, for joining us. RP Singh, Rajat Sethi, Piyush Joshi, Anirban, George Kurian, Deepak Ranjan, and Pulla Rao. Thank you so much for this Sunday conversation. Short break news continues on the other side. Tomorrow, 9 p.m. Arnab Goswami is back with the debate.